Hey guys. Alright. I'm going to explain this Mr. Tramps N-word thing on video because apparently battling with you idiots on comedy complaints by commenting is not working out very well, and it's fucking exhausting and frustrating. So I'm just going to do as short as possible video to explain it as much as possible because I don't feel like that's been done yet. I hear Mitch had an AMA, which who has a fucking AMA? Who are we? So maybe he explained it from his perspective there. I haven't checked it out yet. But here's my angle on it. Okay. First and foremost, for those of you that aren't Austin comics, Mr. Tramps is a place that's had an open mic since I started back in 2012. Its name, Mr. Tramps, gives you a good idea of the kind of atmosphere of this mic. It's a mic that starts at 10:30 at night, goes as late as 1:30 in the morning. At least half the comics that go stay until 2 a.m. when the bar closes. It's a raunchy mic. It's a dirty mic. It's never had any rules or boundaries. Usually you've got drunk audience members and drunk comedians. There's usually a train wreck or meltdown of some sort, or like new comic that comes up and just like slaps his stomach, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? But that's why we love Mr. Tramps, because even though we're not all trying to push boundaries or say the N-word when we're not black, there's just a sense of we can be ourselves. There's freedom of speech, of expression, of just being your fucking self, whether that's drunk, whether that's sad, whether that's a meltdown on stage, or just being normal. That's just what Tramps has always been, and that's been its dirtiness has been part of why so many of us comics love it. And so it's just kind of, first off, weird that anyone's banned for anything and that it's an issue of what they're using in their jokes. So it's just weird, first off. And then me being Kate Loice, I have to look into the fairness of it all. And yeah, guys, I get it. A host of a show can do whatever they want. Got it. Got that a long time ago. And yeah, I get it. Freedom of speech does not equal you can say whatever you want with no consequences. Freedom of speech does not equal you can say whatever you want at an open mic and a host is not allowed to ban you. I get it. Got it. That doesn't mean what happened and what is happening and what Mitch is doing is right. Again, I've never had the N-word in my jokes. I don't use the N-word. I'm half Chinese. If I've used any derogatory term, it's usually towards Chinese people because I've got a past to do that. But I have a problem with this banning thing. One, because it's Mr. Tramps. Two, because I'm someone who believes real freedom of speech should exist, where we should be able to say whatever we want, whatever term we want, and the masses should not be allowed to have us fired or to have us banned because they don't find it funny or because they find it so offensive that they believe, a comic's job should be taken away or their opportunity should be taken away. And three, he wasn't white. This was a Mexican guy saying it, and I didn't hear the joke. I wasn't there that night, to be honest, but, I think I've heard him try this joke before, and it's not quite funny yet, but that's the point of open mics. You work out jokes, and the point of why I loved Mr. Tramp so much was because you could work out your kind of, jokes, like the jokes you should not be trying out at Cap City or Velveeta Room, because, you do want to get booked in the future, and maybe trying your N-word joke at the places that, you want to get booked at eventually to get your name out there, yeah, you don't say it there. But Mr. Tramp's supposed to be different. And I don't know, it's kind of like all those things compiled together, but the main thing being, what the fuck, out of the blue, why are we just suddenly... Mitch has been hosting this thing since I came back about 6 months ago. I have a feeling he's been hosting it Party Weekend at Mr. Tramp's for a while, and I'm not sure why all of a sudden we're censoring things. And another point, it's frustrating that we have a white guy in his 30s determining what is okay and not okay and what's too racist and not too racist to be banning people on, because while my friend Buttcrust or Corbin is banned for saying the N-word with an A, I'm consistently watching people go up and, mocking Asian accents or calling rape victims bitches, because it's a joke to make fun of rape victims, or saying anything that really shits on women or basically says they should be raped. Or for some reason, lots of white male comics have jokes about pedophilia. But all of that stuff is okay because white males in their 30s, privileged people, they don't get a lot of the stuff that is offensive to people that are not them. But they do get the N-word is bad. So, good job, Mitch. You got it there. But it's like either, if you're going to start banning people, then you're going to start banning a lot of people. There's a lot of shit that's said at this mic, and a lot of it kind of offends me sometimes, but I'm someone, again, who believes, hey, I don't like it, but I'm not about to say that you shouldn't be able to say it. I'm not about to say that people shouldn't laugh at it or that it's not funny, because who am I to say what's funny or what's not funny? Who am I to say what's good and bad? And as long as someone isn't on stage actually calling someone the N-word and it's a situation that is clearly starting to become like an altercation, then let him be. He wasn't doing like a Kramer. It was actually part of a joke he's working on. And he's getting told and shown that that is not okay. And we have boundaries here. And apparently Mitch said things to him like, this, you wouldn't do that at Cap City, or you wouldn't do that at Velveeta Room. And it's like, no, we wouldn't, but this isn't Cap City. So can you please let us work on our jokes the way we want to work on our jokes? I don't know. It's stupid. And, I don't know. I can't wait to see who's on the banned list tonight. I technically said the N-word last week, and guys, I'm not black. So there's a good chance I might be banned. But Michael Priest also said the N-word more than once. So if I'm banned, then that means Michael Priest is banned too. And if that's what's going to happen, I can live with that. I'd love to see a Mr. Tramps mic with Mitch McCluskey's host where Michael Priest is banned from performing. That I could live with that. And if I'm not banned, great, because I have material I want to work on that does not involve the N-word, and does not involve shitting on Mitch. And again, this whole thing, I'm not trying to shit on Mitch. He just happens to be the person that is what I believe is a really silly decision and a really weird, random, timed white knight thing. Like, okay, we get it. You're not racist. You think the N-word is bad. Congratulations. Black people love you. Is it because DJ gets so mad? Is that what has sparked it? Like, why out of the blue? Let's just have a conversation about it. I had a short convo with Mitch, but like it's become a thing, and there are kind of like two different sides in the comedy community going on right now that are on my side and kind of like, yeah, what the fuck's happening? And then other people are like, oh, you like saying the N-word. And it's like, we're not trying to say yay derogatory terms. We're just trying to say yay, working on jokes without fearing being banned by white guys that don't really understand racism or I'm sorry, just white guys in their 30s drawing lines on what's offensive and not offensive is just silly to me, especially when it's a Mr. Tramps open mic. And when the guy wasn't white and wasn't doing a joke where he was using the N-word it's a thing. He was doing trying to do a Richard Pryor thing. It honestly probably wasn't great. But that's why we go to open mics, to work out the bad jokes, to realize, saying the N-word doesn't go over very well, so I'm going to stop saying it. But we should be able to learn that from the audience, or maybe even from our peers in comedy, but not our peers that are threatening to ban us or that actually do ban us because they don't get the joke or because they want to put their own experiences and perspectives behind the joke so badly that they won't. I mean, this is a guy that has very what veterans would find offensive jokes about veterans, but it's okay. It just doesn't make sense. Either ban everybody and have strict rules on what's okay and what's not okay, or let Tramps be the way Tramps has always been. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm sure you white guys in the Midwest on comedy complaints still don't get it, and this thread is still never going to die, but this is my side of it. I'm not mad at Mitch. I love Mitch. I just think this is stupid. And I think he's having like a weird white guilt moment where he's like, I've got to... Actually, I think he's having a weird little like kick from moving to semifinals in FPIA. I think he's getting a little like Cap City minded. I think he's getting a little contest comedy hierarchy minded, you know, like you gotta be clean, you gotta be this, we gotta be hosting Cap stuff, we gotta be hosting Velv stuff, so we gotta have the certain set, and that's not what Mr. Tramps is. And congratulations, Mitch, I'm really happy for you, but can you not try to make Tramps into whatever you're trying to do right now? Because some of us, you know, we're well aware we're not going to be on Cap stage anytime soon, but we want to work out our really dark shit. Or we want our friends to be able to work out their really dark shit, or their really raunchy Richard Pryor or 7 Bad Words shit. That's probably not very good, but just let them do it. They're not hurting anybody, and honestly, most of the comics are probably laughing at it or at them. But either way, just what are you doing? Just stop it. Okay, Tramps will be fun. It'll be fun tonight. Let's just, hopefully I'm not banned. I've got jokes about guys with watches, and I don't even remember. I should probably look at my notebook. It's just stupid. So stupid. Mitch, stop banning people. What are you doing? And I'm done. I'm just babbling now. Comics, Austin comics that go to Tramps, I'll see you later. It should be fun. I'm definitely going to Night Owl tonight. I checked out Adam's showcase last week. That was my first time ever at Night Owl, and it's already like 10 times better than Kick Butt. I don't know why. This is nothing on Derek or Ashley. I just don't get that. I just don't get that mic at all. But Night Owl looks like it'll be really cool, or it'll be a hoot. Oh boy. Okay, time to go. Night Owl tonight, then Mr. Tramps. For all you people that don't live in Austin, Texas, and think you have any idea about what's going on, it's really super cute. But, you know, why don't you come down to Austin and visit us and take some time on our stages, and then talk some shit. Okay? Cool? Cool. Shout out to my boys in Indiana and Illinois. Y'all seem fucking miserable. Bye.